Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum neuen React auf dem Kanal, zusammen mit Apfel.
Mann, das Hallo ist immer zu hoch, dass es durchkommt.
Niemand wird je hören, wie du dieses Hallo sagst. Du sagst
Ja.
wahrscheinlich einfach schon gar nichts mehr. Wir schauen uns heute, wie ihr eh schon lesen könnt, Avatar Rise of Kyoshi, Visual Novel, Episode 2, A Hard Day's Work an.
Let's go!
Ja, let's go.
Fire. Air. Water.
Ist immer noch cool.
Earth.
Ja.
The world is changing. The sun now rises on a new age and a new avatar.
Bin gespannt, was heute alles vorkommt.
Ja, ich bin auch gespannt. Das ist jetzt Minuten.
True. Wir haben schon, Preview haben wir schon angeschaut. Letzte Folge.
Das stimmt, ja.
So, like
9
I
Jahre
was telling
später.
the others, my parents think we'll have to dredge up the Peakside canals early this year. One of the terraces collapsed in the last storm.
She doesn't care a lick about farming matters. She's got her cushy job and a fancy
Ich
house.
hasse die Stimme jetzt schon.
Good to get her hands dirty.
Bei so einem Namen kann man auch nichts anderes erwarten.
Oh, lay off her. I hear that being a servant girl is hard work. That's why we're helping with the deliveries. Isn't that right?
Ugh. I don't know what our parents were thinking, selling these fields to Gonjanese.
Maybe they knew the land was as worthless and unproductive as their children.
Oh,
Oh!
Say that again, servant girl.
Ehre entwendet.
Ja, aber sowas
Said that a
von.
little too loud, didn't I? I said...
What do you think you're doing?
Well, if it isn't the Avatar's lackey. I thought you weren't supposed to leave his side. You're not slacking off, are you?
You're not authorized to be on these grounds, or lay your hands on the Avatar's property, or accost his household staff for that matter.
Echt so, Bitch.
This container is just so heavy. It would take 2 grown men to lift it without earthbending. Kyoshi
Warum hat
asked
sie
us to
das dann
help her
gerade
bring it inside the house.
getragen?
Das
Right.
ist eine Ausrede.
The jar down, walk away, and don't come back. Unless you want to know what singed eyebrows smell like.
Riecht nicht gut.
Fine. I'll leave. But heads up, you'd better find someone who's authorized to catch it.
You little... Ugh! Kyoshi, catch it!
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? You're an earthbender.
It's not that easy.
Just go like this, the way she did.
Maggie, look out! Huh. I was expecting a large crash. Or the smell of pickled spicy seaweed.
Get off me, you oaf!
Ah, so läuft es.
You're welcome. Is that?
Of course it is. He's just showing off. At least it's legible.
Gut, dass wir lesen können, was da steht.
He
Ist
knows we cannot
same.
reply, right? Enough of this. We're distracting him from his training. You're late for work.
Ich weiß es nicht.
Mann! Hättest du so gelesen können!
Ja!
Come on, Kyoshi.
Sie hätten es wenigstens
The way they
übersetzen
tread
können.
on you is just sad. You serve the Avatar for
Der ist die
Gangchen.
Klein!
Have some
Ja,
dignity.
Kyoshi ist einfach riesig.
Trying to de-escalate.
Das ist ja der, das ist ja, ja, das ist ja das Ding.
Let them hit you. And don't say you were just doing that neutral Jing thing you earthbenders are always throwing around. Oh, and speaking of which, you got shown up by a peasant. How have you not mastered the basics of earthbending by now? I've seen children in Udao bend rocks bigger than that jar.
Why
Das
should
mit dir noch
I?
nicht näher ans
I have
Zocken.
heroes like you
Yeah.
to protect me.
Ja, das ist eine Visual Novel.
Was that really necessary? I mean, honestly, I'm trying to help you here and you're not even listening and I'm... What if I'm not...
Der Dude, Alter. Der
I
Dude.
could watch those two all day.
Avatar Yoon, get down from there at once.
Be right down, Sifu.
What the fuck?
Ja,
Das
was?
Sound.
Did I stick the landing?
Impressive. When the spirits ask for a circus clown to intervene on their behalf, I'll know our time together paid off.
Oh, come on, Heiran. I finished my hot squat sets early. 500 reps, perfect form, all the way through.
And yet you choose to spend your time lounging on the roof instead of moving on to your next exercise or meditating until I return. No wonder you can't generate a flame yet. You can train your body as much as you want, but your mind remains weak.
Assuming the Fire Fist stance.
Ist keine
What
Faust.
you do when no one is guiding you determines who you are. The results of your training are far less important than your attitude towards it. Your situation isn't unique. History is full of avatars like you who tried to coast on their talents. You're not the only one who wanted to take it easy.
Das hätte man gerade in der
You
Folge
know, in the
gestoppt.
old days, masters used to maim their students for insubordination.
Das hat gerade ausgeschaut, als hätte man
What a
eine Folge
time to
gestoppt.
be
Ach so,
alive.
ja.
Hey, Bro.
Sifu Genju.
Janju wird es ausgesprochen,
take a
oh
break.
Gott.
Oh Gott.
I have some news. Our emissaries tell us that Tagaka has agreed to sign a new version of her great-grandfather's treaty.
Really? What changed her mind, Sifu?
You did. She learned we finally found the Avatar and that he was one of the strongest benders of his generation. The Fifth Nation fleet will cease raiding the coastlines along the Shishan Mountains. They've also promised not to raise a sail under her colors within sight of the Eastern Air Temple.
In exchange for what?
For official access to timber on Yeso Island. The other sages are calling it a total diplomatic victory. So much gained for so little.
Except, it's not a victory, is it? She's promising to halt her operations in one sector, but a fleet of marauders isn't going to lay down their arms and pick up the pieces overnight. They'll just cause trouble in the other oceans, maybe even go as far north as Chameleon Bay or the Fire Nation. It's just pushing violence from one corner of the world to the other.
What would you do then? Reject Tagaka's offer?
We should take her offer and pretend we're glad to do it. It's our only chance of rescuing the surviving captives. It'll buy us time for the coastal areas to build up their defenses, and if Tagaka is bold enough to sail northwest, she might get overconfident and pick a fight with the Fire Nation Navy. If there's any force that could take hers down completely, it's them.
This is why you are destined to be a great avatar. You have the insight to think ahead to where people are weak and strong. You know
Ich
which
würde jetzt
threads
heute,
of the
dass kein
future
anderer
to
drauf kommen
pull.
würde.
There's not going to be a solution to the Fifth Nation through powerful bending.
Die sind
There
die
will
ersten
be
nicht
a
schlau, die sind einfach alle
strategy,
dumm.
a line to play that minimizes the suffering they can inflict.
So glaube ich gar
And
nicht.
you've spotted it. You're everything that Kuruk was not,
Oh
and
Gott,
I
Hilfe.
couldn't be prouder.
Heiran seems to think I'm a little too much like Kuruk.
You have to be more understanding with her. She resigned her commission to the Fire Army to teach Kuruk. Then she left the Royal Academy to teach you. She sacrificed more than any of us for the Avatar. No, the problem is that she loves you.
Oh.
If that's true, she's got a funny way of showing it.
Fire Nation mothers. She loves you almost as much as I do. Too much, perhaps. You must know that you have the love of many people. Kelson, the visiting sages, nearly everyone who's ever met you. It's my belief that the Earth itself loves you. You feel connected to it at all times, like it's speaking to you. Am I right? On the other hand, firebending is unique among the 4 bending styles in that it typically does not draw from a massive element separate from one's own body. You don't form a bond with the element in your surroundings. Instead, you generate it from within. Am I explaining that correctly, headmistress?
That's right.
Now then, take off your shoes.
Huh?
Tagaka's condition is that any new treaties must be signed on the grounds of her choosing. I know I said that diplomacy was more important than bending for this mission, but it would be much more ideal if you had some mastery over fire, in case her chosen ground isn't the ground itself.
I don't get it.
Oh, smart.
What's going on here?
Ja.
It's like I said, the Earth loves you and you love it. That love, that bond, could be what's holding you back, blocking off the different states of mind necessary to mastering the different elements. We should try severing that link so that you have nothing to rely on but your inner fire. No outside help.
Gott, ich liebe Avatar.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Das ist so gut.
It's an idea. Whether it's good or not depends on the results.
You're going to have her burn my feet?
No, nothing so crude. Now, let's see you run through the first sun gathering form. Get out there right in the middle of it and show us your stuff.
You can't be serious.
You may begin when ready, Avatar.
Don't carry food around where the guests can see it. Use the service entrance.
Yes, Auntie Mui.
Wie gleichen.
Hold your ostrich horses. Oh, you were out in the sun all day, weren't you? Your freckles got darker again. Why don't you wear that concealer I gave you?
Because I look like a bloodless ghost in it.
That doesn't make you like someone sprinkled star poppy seeds all over your cheeks.
Ugh.
Moach.
Oh, der war böse.
Don't forget we have gift duties tonight. Don't waste too much time here. You're not a scullery maid.
Wie alt ist er denn geworden?
Ja. Die Braut ist ja geworden, ne?
Whoa, now.
Was ist
Easy,
das für eine Riese?
Kyoshi. You're not as little as when I first met you.
Ich meine, Kyoshi ist ja auch nur ein Teenager.
In the kitchen, Master Kelsong?
Ja.
Yes, it
Das ist
seems
trotzdem.
I've
Alter,
been
was ist der, Alter?
Janju thinks my presence is causing Avatar Yun to prematurely dream about airbending, so we're trying to keep him focused on one element at a time.
Kann der überhaupt so
But I still wanted to help out, so here I am.
Jun,
Let me help.
Ja.
wir können nur Erdbändigen. Feuerbändigen trainiert er gerade.
I didn't think you'd be here this long. I'd heard that you and Janju.
Hey, is that the concealer Auntie Mui gave you?
Hey, quit it before she throws us out.
Then quit looking for trouble on my behalf. It's not so bad if I take a break from Avatar business. I'll get more time to spend with you. We should go on a vacation sometime, just us. We could see the Sacred Air Nomad sites.
I'd like that, but you know I can't. I have work.
I've never seen someone so averse to fun since old Abbott No Fruit Pies d'Orge.
I'm not fun.
It's poetry time! Oh, don't give me that. Now we do not have our tradition.
We're still line cooks, Mui. Our tradition is line cooking.
Oh, just for that lead, you can start us off.
Fine. The weather is nice. Sun shining down from the sky. Birds are singing good?
That was awful! Where's your sense of balance, symmetry, contrast?
Mui, I get paid to cook.
Olli
If
ist
I
so
wanted to make a living in
sympathisch.
poetry, I know a spot near the Ring of Ba Sing Se I could be at right now.
If you wanted to make a living off of poetry, you'd starve. Now watch those shrimp crab tails.
Ehre
Can someone
entwendet.
please give us a decent verse?
Oh, I can, Auntie Mui. Oh, I've got cheeks like ripe round fruit, they shake like bows in the storm. I blush bright red when I see a bed and leap at the sound of a horn.
Legende.
Brother Kelsong, set an example.
I believe I just did.
Alright, let's try this again.
Olli! Der ist er wieder.
Oh, I've got a nose like a dovetailed deer, I run like a leaf on the wind. My arms are slight and my waist is tight, and I don't have a thought for my kin.
Yeah.
Kyoshi, you go next. Never see you back here, so let's make the most of it.
Well, now's your chance to show everyone.
All right.
Die haut jetzt irgendwas richtig ernst so.
Oh, I've got two knives that are cast in bronze. They pierce all the way to the soul.
Boah, Alter.
Are you in with the promise of sin, like a moth on the flame to the coal?
Oh, das ist
And
gut.
I've got hair like the starless night. It sticks to my lips when I smile. I'll wind it with yours and we'll drift off course in a ship touching hearts all the while. The way I walk is a lantern lit that leads you into the night. I'll hold you close and love you the most until our end is in sight.
Das war gut.
Das war gut, ja.
Das war nice.
Wonderful. Absolutely astounding, Kyoshi.
How's that for fun, Kelsong? Kelsong?
Kyoshi, come with me.
Hey! What's wrong? Kelsong?
Kyoshi, I'm only going to ask you this once. Where did you learn that song?
Was?
Anna! Was? Nein!
Ach, ihr Ficker!
Nein! Ihr Bastarde! Nein!
Oh, Scheiße. Wir werden es wohl nicht heute herausfinden.
Nein!
Ich find's gut, dass das Patreon-Bild den Disclaimer und alles überspielt. Oh mein Gott! Ja gut, dann müssen wir uns wohl nochmal, keine Ahnung wie viele Wochen...
Ach, Scheiße!
Oh, nice. Aber ich war ein gutes Video wieder. Ich
Das
liebe
war ein
das.
sehr gutes Video.
Ich liebe das.
Es ist so gut.
Mal schauen, wann Teil 3 rauskommt, wenn wir dann wieder drauf reacten. Weil wir wollen wissen, wie es weitergeht.
Ja, natürlich.
Schau auch unbedingt beim Team Kyoshi vorbei und auch das Originalvideo an. Und ja, dann gibt es eigentlich, glaube ich, nicht mehr recht viel zu sagen. Lasst auch ein Like und ein Abo da, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Schaut beim nächsten Mal wieder vorbei. Und tschüss. Das Tschüss kam diesmal auch nicht an.
Oh Mann!